Hi everybody, this is Karmandar and today we will play Fields of Mistria. We are going for the full year, not only 100 days, and as goals we have to get 75% average for the donated items at the museum, get capybaras, which are my favorite, take Calgras or Valor to the Shooting Star Festival. It really depends if we are allowed to take Calgras because I'm not sure if the dialogue is available for that, but we will see. Anyway, we also want to make some cute design on the farm, not the whole farm, but a big part of it or something that's unique. And for the last goal, we have to finish every single story quest there is in 1 year. They are not really that hard except the last one that requires to get to level 55 renown, which is a little hard. But anyway, let's dive in. So we are first introduced to Adeline and afterwards to her brother Ayland, and we find out why we are getting a farm and a land, and for the first time in our life we are actually owning something, which is nice. Also, some of the names they have, they are pretty new to me, so I might mispronounce them, but that's how I say them in my head. Anyway, long story short, the town is having some financial issues and we are here to help. Before we can actually go and meet everyone, we have to make ourselves look pretty and enter our name, which for us is Karmandar now. We are she, her. And it's nice to put your birthday somewhere in winter because the people you will have 4 hearts with, they will give you presents on your birthday. And you want to have the time to actually make friends there and get as many 4 hearts as you can. For an aesthetic vibe, we are going for something green. I didn't find pants there, so I actually went and opted for a dress. Also, red hair is a must because I can't go without it, and yeah, that's our character. So we finally get to the farm where we meet our third character, which is Balor or Beller. I have no idea how to pronounce his name, but in my head he's Balor. But no, Beller. I think it's Beller. Anyway, he is one of my favorite characters due to the fact that he is actually nice and you wouldn't expect that from him. He even took his time to bring us to our new home, where we meet again, not actually again, but we meet for the first time actually in person with the brother and sister, and we see that our house is just not up to our standards or any standards for that matter, but that's not an issue because Adeline is a perfectionist and she can fix anything. Not everything though, because everything that remains in the town will be fixed by us. So grab your saddle and get going because we are up for some work. But before we actually get into the work, I have to take a moment and look at the design for this game, which is really pretty. I mean, each character is drawn in such a nice way, and for me it gives fantasy and whimsical vibes, and it's just pretty to look at. And the smaller versions of the villagers and our player are just so damn cute. I mean, look at us. We're just looking around the house. And it's not so big, but we like it. We actually love it apparently. And we're going off to sleep so we can actually start our first day in Fields of Mistria. Next character we meet is Celine, and we get a hoe for our farm and some seeds, and then we meet Hayden, which gives us a watering can, and yeah, we can finally start our little farm. I started by preparing the field so we can plant the seeds, and after we're watering them. Unfortunately, we have to do this every single day because a sprinkler isn't available until late game, which I find it quite annoying. Yes, I know there is also a spell to create rain, but I rather use my mana for something else. But I'm getting ahead of it because we still do not have the magic part in the game yet. So we got out of the farm and we see the river and trees that we can chop daily and they just regrow. We also talk with Balor because we want to have 4 hearts with him, because if we can't go to the festival with Caldress, we will go with him. Also check his wagon to see if maybe you find something that you will need in the game. Once you get in the city center, you will meet Adeline, who tells you about how to do quests and actually gives you the first one, which is talking to all the characters there are, and that's quite simple because we have a map with every character's location. So we took them one by one until we met every single character there was in the game. We also have animals like Doozy, which is my favorite one, he's so sweet. Juniper, his owner Ulrich, March, which is always pissed at us for some reason. Then we met Errol, who either owns the museum or manages it, but I think manages it. And we also found already something to give to the museum because we need to get to 75% average. We also met the lady by the dogs because I won't pronounce that name, Henrietta, our lovely chicken. And afterwards we met Elsie, our gossip queen. And then we throw stuff around because nobody's going to steal our things, which is great. I mean, we can make chaos everywhere and just pick it up when our pockets are empty. It doesn't matter if you wait a week, a season, or a whole year to pick them up. They will be there. We also met Landon, and we are finally done with our first quest. And we meet Adeline, we give her a flower, and then turn in the request to get the prize. We give more stuff to the museum, and then we roam around the city to see what it has to offer. We also find a statue that resembles Henrietta, and got some lilac that we can give to the museum. Until we have the pickaxe and the axe, there's not much we can do. I mean, the fishing rod is 500 pesos, I will call the money pesos, and we have no money for that, not now at least. The beach is a nice place to search for items. Unfortunately for me, it's always too far away to go there. In summer though, it's worth it because you have coconuts and you can increase your cooking skills, but I'll show that later on. And fishing. Fishing is important because I really hate it, and we need to get to 75 average at donations at the museum. It will be really hard. It's almost nighttime and we go back to the farm, plant some seeds before going to bed, even though we can go between 12, I mean you can go whenever you want, but at 12 a.m. they tell you, you know, it's kind of late, you need to get home, while at 2 a.m. you just faint. Fortunately, fainting doesn't do much because you just wake up at 10 a.m. and that's it. You do not lose items or money, which is a great feature. And now we finally go to bed and finish our first day in Fields of Mistria. We got 37 renown points, we need to get to level 55 and we are at 0 right now, and we also got 145 pesos from selling everything we found and didn't donate at the museum. Next day we find Ayland at our farm with an axe, chopping down a tree, and this man has no business chopping down a tree, so we're here to help him. In return, he will give us the axe, and we also meet the statue of Caldress for the first time. It's not in the best state, but we will restore it and it will be as shiny as ever. There's no much interaction between us and the statue in the first day, but we get going at chopping trees because we will need all the wood that we can get. We also lose a lot of energy by watering all the plants that we have, and we get a message that we can donate stuff at the museum. We kind of already did that, but that doesn't stop us from giving more stuff to the museum. Also, we got some quests. The ones with the blue book means that there are story quests that we need to do to advance. And here we will get a pickaxe because we help Ulrich out. We also get some info about his backstory. Apparently he was a miner before the mines collapsed. And he's also this happy-go-lucky kind of guy, while his brother... Well, everybody who played the game knows who is March. I mean, the minute he comes in, the first question is, what are you doing here? Please, can you leave? He doesn't actually say that bit, but he thinks it. Oh no, actually he says that. He's telling us that we need to kind of go, because they're busy. They do not have time for us. He is speaking in the name of both of them. But it's okay, it's March. We do not expect anything else from him. We also try to do as many requests as we can to get renown and increase our level. Making friends here doesn't seem so important. I mean, you get stuff from them for your birthday and go on dates with the ones you like, but I do not see any other benefit except that. Also, while digging, you can get artifacts, then you can again donate to the museum. I'm not sure which I hate more, fishing or getting artifacts, but I found them both annoying. Don't ask me why, but it's just, I do not enjoy them. Anyway, Caldras finally came to talk with us and presents itself. His statue is actually a shrine where we can enhance our powers depending on the level that we have, and some powers are actually awesome. For me, the cooking skills are the most important because you can make light and love gifts from cooking, and you do not have to bother with finding items anymore. It's just 10 out of 10 worth it. After 112 renown, we increased a lot of levels, but it will be harder and harder to get to a higher level. Anyway, we get a new mission, which is building the bridge. As you can see, it's made out of stone. For some reason, they ask us for a lot of wood. I still can't see, even after it was built, where the wood was used. But anyway, we do not judge, they know what they're doing. We're just helping out and bringing the items that they need. Also, don't forget to collect the rewards that you get with every level up that you have. Sometimes it's money, sometimes it's clothes, sometimes it's a boost of energy, which is 100% worth it. I love that you can build stuff or items with the items that you have in the chest. My biggest issue is that you have to move them from your backpack to the chest one by one. I need a button for that. I really need that button. Here are the skills that we can increase. Combat and mining are in another place that we will find soon enough. Also, if you remain without energy, you can get some soup at the inn and you get 20 energy. We also give items for the bridge, and afterwards we went and donated some more stuff at the museum, meaning that cute little statue of Caldras. We also went to the beach so we can get our fishing rod. Apparently you can't fish without a fishing rod. I mean, you can get some fish by jumping in the water when there's a black spot, but that's kind of it. The fishing game is inspired by Animal Crossing, which is so much better than Stardew Valley because the fishing game there is just insane. We also give a birthday present for Reese, which is a wood, because he likes wood and stone, I think. He's a simple man, isn't he? And on day 4 we finally finished the bridge, which means that we have a chance to finish all the quests that we have for the main story until the end of the year. And poor Reese did all the work here. I still can't see the wood in the bridge. Maybe Reese kept it? I mean, it would be a fair price for all the work that he did. But I don't think that actually happened. I have no idea where the wood is. And then Ulrich comes to ask us to give March a chance and not to judge him by what he did so far. More things get donated, including fish and artifacts. And we finally get the net that we need to catch bugs. I'm skipping the scene, but you get the idea. We finally get to collect our turnips, and it's important to sell one to get a recipe for it. And that applies for every vegetable or fruit that you have. Also, it's important to check Ballar's wagon to see what items can or need to be donated to the museum. I mean, you can see I need to grow strawberries in order to give them to the museum. And also, I finally caught this little bug, this annoying little bug that I can't say what I'm going to do with it if I catch it in real life. This is personal. Anyway, we have some quests to give to our potion queen. And one is to advance the story, and in that story she tries to kill us. I mean, doesn't try, but she almost manages to do it. I mean, we put a lilac flower there, and she wants to make the kids try the potion, and we are like, nope. We are not letting the children do that. We are going to do that ourselves. And yeah, we are sacrificing ourselves because we almost die. Fortunately, we get 5 free entrances at the spa, and we can always use them to get our energy back, which is a nice feature. And I finally got myself fishing, and somehow I didn't got any fish. I got a chest that had some seeds and some money. But I said I will try again. I will try to catch a fish in the river again. And can you guess what I actually found? A golden chest. You know, these kind of things I would like to get, but right now I am aiming to find as many fish as I can so I can complete the museum as much as I can. And those chests do not help me. Hey, also, this is really nice. You can jump in the water and swim. But be careful because you will scare the fish away. Also, another fishy. Can you guess what I caught here? If you said another chest, you won. I mean, what are the chances to find 3 chests in a row and 2 of them to be gold? Like, I didn't find another golden chest the whole game. Anyway, I took my luck and went to the inn because it's Friday night at the inn, and it's really fun to see them how they communicate with one another. This table plays D&D, and you can read what they are saying to each other, what kind of playthrough they have. Here I think they're playing poker, but I'm not sure. Sometimes they draw, and they have a model, one of the ones sitting there, and they keep changing people, the people where are staying. And we have a drunk March, a really drunk March who is happy to see us, which is something new. And here is just the people who drink and have fun, probably my kind of vibe, to be honest. Like, nothing compares to sitting down, chatting, having a glass of wine, or a beer, or a glass of apple juice, whatever you like. We also got 87 renown, and with this number of points we can get to the next rank, which is stone, and we get an increase in our energy. And also, this is a level you can get into the mines, but you still need to get the cutscene for it, and we're waiting for that. We also got this crystal ball that tells us the weather for the next day. And it's Saturday market day, and we get to talk with all the people here that are new. There are 4 new merchants. They are here only once per week, and you can buy stuff from them. We also got the new story quest to ship crops. And I remembered to get the energy boost and the money that we received. And followed by breaking this rock to gain an emerald. You have to have at least a copper pickaxe for it. And we also bring Doozy a present because he's just the most cutest dog there is. And we finally get the mail that asks us to come and talk about the mines. There we will be told that we can't enter the mines until we get stone rank, but we already have that. It doesn't matter, we need to wait at least a day to get into the mines. Anyway, I skipped forward the video, not the gameplay. And we got into the mine where we have a statue where we can increase the mining skills and the combat skills. Not actually increase the skills, but get perks for increasing the skills. And this one is quite good because if you get hit the first time, you won't get any damage. The mining system is similar to the one I'm used to in Stardew Valley. So every 5 levels you will get a new elevator that can bring you up or directly to that level. On this level we are going to find the copper ores that we can use to make a sword, axe. We already have the copper pickaxe because we need it. We really need it. So we bought it because when I see something pretty I want to have it. And that pickaxe just sparkles with joy, knowing that it doesn't take 2 hits to break a rock, only 1. So it's a great pickaxe. I also found some monsters here that almost kicked my ass. I have no idea what I did here. That one just jumps around to fight you, while the mushroom walks towards you when you have your back turned to him. And then we have that thing that is the single most annoying monster in all Fields of Mistria and all its brothers and sisters. He just sits there and spits rock in your direction. It's not fun. You have to hit the rocks to hit him back. Anyway, we got to level 5 and managed to get out safely. And now we donate everything that we found in the mine. And we also start crafting some, actually blacksmithing, not crafting, some ingots made of copper so we can start working on our sword. But as we look through all the items we can make, we realize the swords need a level 8 and we have only level 4, which means we cannot make it, but we can still have an axe. An axe is good. We are going to chop a lot of wood. This is an investment. On the 7th of spring comes the most major decision you'll ever have to make in this game, and it's your pet. Would you rather have a dog or a cat? I opted for a cat, one that looks like my cat, one of them at least, and her name is Lilo. And yes, this was a nice dream. Fortunately, one that comes to reality the moment we get out of the house. And the cat kind of works with the cat distribution system. It just comes inside the house and it's yours now. That's it. You can't decide if you want it or not. It's really useful to have a pet here because it can get wood or stone or even forageable, which usually I ask the pet to bring because you never know when the pet will get a forageable that you didn't obtain so far. We got back to the mines and here is this most annoying thing ever. But now I remember there's a more annoying monster that I think is from level 20 above, but we'll get there soon enough. And this is how to get to level 9 without food and have no energy and just realize you can't get to level 10 because of that. Also, I do some fishing because we need it for the museum, and then also some digging again for the museum. Everything I do is for the museum right now, everything. Except this one, which is for Valor. Yeah, we need to get 4 hearts with him. We also do some quests to get more renown so we can advance in the rank. We need to have level 55. Here is Balor at the spa and we're giving him the emerald. It's a light gift, not a loved one, but still better than nothing. Also heading to the mines and trying to get to level 10. And we manage it, and again we hear the priestess calling us to get further into the mine. And we go to bed, and that's for today. Or is it? Because Keldras comes to us and gives us our first spell, which is Restoration. Really useful, especially when you're on level 9 in the mines and have no energy. Now we will have mana. And if I go into the mines without food or mana, that's on me. That's my fault. I deserve not getting to level 10. We also get a small tutorial on how to use it. It's pretty basic, but you have to know when you have multiple spells, you have to pin the one you're going to use, and that you do from the menu. So we're going on again in the mine. We reach level 15 with the help of the new spell. And we take Lilo and take her to bed with us, and we're going to sleep. Next we do some cooking and increasing our skills. Then learn new skills for cooking. And donate some new stuff to the museum. And also I finally decided it is time to get a chicken coop. We need to get capybaras, and those are like the last tier of animals we can have, so we should have started this earlier, but I kind of forgot about it. So we're quickly cleaning up the area, trying to place it. You can't place it if you're there, you have to be out of the space required for the building, and afterwards we just put it there and had to add the construction items, which is wood and stone. Once you add everything, you have to go to the station, click build and give it a name. Ours will be Cooper S, like Cooper Small. We could have named it Lee Cooper, but Cooper is great. The inside is pretty small, as you can see. It's just a small version, but we add some food. Then we go to Hayden where we can get the chickens. Yeah, we still can't get the ducks. We need to have, I think, level 15 and do some restoration in order to have ducks. But anyway, I love the names that they give to the animals. This one is Peep. And I love the names that they came up with for all the animals you can get. I usually use the ones that they give us. Anyway, we're back into the mines. We are trying to get to level 20. We are at 19 now and searching for stuff, and we finally managed to get to level 20. But we can't advance further because there is a seal and we can't read it. No, it's some foreign language, and we should talk with Ayland in order to figure out what it is required in order to move to the next level. I talk with Ayland, then with Juniper, and we have the list of the items. We are still missing the lantern moth, and I didn't see one of it in the entire 20 level mines, so we have some searching to do. Also, we got this scrape metal chest plate as a protection. It's better than what we had, but still pretty lame. We also bring another present for Doozy, our favorite animal here. I mean, I love Henrietta, but nothing compares to Doozy. We also take a bath because why not? We need to replenish our energy and get back to work. And the animation is really nice. We need that energy in order to get the items for our new story quest, which would be reconstructing the mill. There we can make stuff for the animals or mayonnaise, stuff like that. It's pretty useful, especially when you have a lot of wheat. Or when you do not have any animal food, and guess what? You can make it out of stone. Anyway, we need to talk with Adeline for that. And we gather the people, and again poor Reese is there working by himself while we watch him. I think we should have given him a helping hand. But yeah, he did an awesome job and the mill is running again. Celine comes to us and informs us about a festival where we need to gather some flowers. You usually gather it by doing stuff around the town like chopping wood, stone and so on and so forth. But going to the mine and just gathering stone is the best way to do this. In total, we gathered 52 flowers when we went into the mines, and here we go to the festival and everything is pretty and there are flowers everywhere. Everyone gathered into the city center, including Doozy and Henrietta, which I love. I would have liked at every festival and Saturday gathering, Doozy and Henrietta to be there. Anyway, Errol got 3rd place and now Celine 2nd place. That means that we are in 1st place because Celine always wins. So you need to get over 50 in order to win the first prize. And over 60 if you won like the deluxe prize, which I have no idea what it is. Anyway, we won 2 decorations and a crown that we get to wear, but before that I have to head home and put my stuff somewhere in a chest. Anyway, also they have stuff to sell, so please get money. I wanted that dress so badly, but I do not have 500. I do not have it. And there was no way to get it. That's sad. Really, really sad. Anyway, I'm wearing my crown and I'm happy. Unfortunately, not the dress, but we are happy with what we can get. We also added a skill for animals that we get beets if we feed them. It's a good currency if you gather 100 and give it to the statue in the forest, the one with the chicken. Anyway, back in the mines because I was searching for that moth. I didn't... Oh, look, it's there! I think I'm blind sometimes when I'm playing this game, but I will get it, I'm sure I will get it. Firstly, I have to kill this most annoying thing ever. There are so many annoying monsters in here, like it's the one that spits, this one, there's also the bat that we will see later on. They're all so annoying. Anyway, got the moth, bring it to the 20th level. And we finally see the priestess for the first time. And after this cutscene is done, we can move on and go to the next levels until we get to the 41. There again we need some items, so it's good to just keep the items you find. Also, we get a heart. When I saw that, I really believed it's for, you know, reviving yourself, and I kept it away, hidden in a chest, instead of eating it and getting more health. Also, Keldress gives us a new superpower, which is rain, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we can now summon rain, so if you do not want to water your crops and you have a lot of them, it's really useful. But I do not have that many crops and I really do not care for this spell whatsoever. Caldras inform us that there are still 5 seals in order to bring him back, but that's kind of a lie because we know we can get it a little earlier than 5 seals. And we also got the Cooper rank. We're at level 20 out of 55 and hopefully we'll get there by winter. I really do not hope for more. We get level 5 with the animals and do some more quests in order to increase our renown. We also gather 2 hearts with Balor, which means we are having our first date, to say like this. Actually, what they are calling dates aren't actually dates, they're more talking with the characters and finding more information about it. Even at 4 and 6, I do not see any romance if you're into that. It's more about getting to know the character, hearing more about the backstory. Here for Balor, we find out that he's selling stuff cheaper than it should because he wants to help out the village, which is really nice of him. I also remember you can get a backpack increase. I didn't do this until now, even though you can do it from the beginning of the game. You can do the second upgrade only when you upgrade the shop. Now we're at the sea, there are some islands around, as you can see on the map, and we're trying to head at one of them. Maybe we can fish for something bigger. I saw some really big fish when I went around there the first time I played the game, but you actually need a longer fishing rod, a better one, because this is a little too small to get to things. It's hard even to get there. I have to position myself in a spot where it just reaches a little and it moves by itself in the center, which is okay. And I find a chest. I also remember there's this fountain where you can gather some energy. I really forgot about it, but anyway, moving on. There's also a tree in the spring that gives you lemons. Don't forget about that. You do not need to grow every tree that you need. We also gather stuff that we can find around and give to the museum. Again, we need 75%, which is a lot. We need to work for that. And we also go to Beller and give him an emerald in order to increase our hearts with him. And then we take Lilo, head to the bed, and hide our cat underneath the cover. I find the animation so funny. We go to the mines, and there we find this annoying thing. Try to mine some things. Also, there's the chest that's actually a monster, and what you do, you have to throw it. Throw a thing at it, and he will store it and explode and give you stuff. And also this is the bat that it's annoying because he kind of runs away and screams at you and hits you. Anyway, this is the animation for the chest monster. It pops up and it gave me this crown and I have to wear it because it's so pretty. And now I'm a princess. Anyway, moving on, we have a new story quest and it's done. We gather all the stuff, we just need to talk to Adeline, gather everybody around and start rebuilding the shop. And now we have the option to get the bigger backpack. It's too expensive. We got to level 14 the mines and now we have to retrieve stuff for the second seal. The priestess tells us we have to break it in order to restore Caldra's powers and his human form. And we have to take this one to Juniper. And we have the list of items, we put them all and open the seal. Finally, we can go to the next level, but before that, Caldras will give us a new spell. And thanks for breaking the earth seal. And we have growth. Growth is a great spell because you can put yourself in the middle of all the crops you have, like a 3x3 square, and all of them will grow. Here I'm actually showing you have to go into the menu, pin growth, and sit in the middle of a 3x3 square, press C and everything grows. It's great especially when it's end of the year and you have to have a certain type of crops because you forgot you have to grow them. Moving on, we finished the next story quest, which is building the bridge that's by the beach. And here you actually see where the wood was used and the stone, and Adeline is happy that we did all the hard work. And yeah, time for exploration. And also this is the last quest we are doing in spring because it is over. As a short summary, we have here 30% for archaeology. As you can see, this is okay because we can gather them at any time. So yeah, it's good. It's good. We're on the good track. We have only 18 at fishing. I hate fishing. We do not have almost any spring ocean fish. We have only 2. So we have to work a little harder. And we have no oh, it's summer. Summer is not spring. It's okay. We can handle it. Afterwards, for the insect, again, we're not doing so great, but that specific butterfly didn't even appear, so there's nothing I can do about it. I can't make it appear. For flora, we have 27%, and we are 100%ing everything that we can get in spring, which is awesome. Average 25.5. So for the capybara, I won't say any word. It's a work in progress. We have almost 4 hearts with Beller, but the rest, yeah, if they have 1 heart, it's great. Otherwise, well, that's it. We tried our best. And when it comes to skills, blacksmithing is top. And we need to do some work to increase ranching so we can finally have the capybaras. So after the failed fishing attempts in spring, we are starting strong with fishing in summer. And we catch a basic fish, that we can find it any time of the year. The second one is better because it's actually a summer river fish and we can donate it, and we're actually at the museum now and donating everything that we gather in the first day, fish, flowers, it doesn't matter, bugs, going to the museum. And we actually completed quite a lot of them. Not completed, like got a good percentage out of them. And now it's round 2 for donating stuff. Fish, flowers, artifacts, everything goes to the museum. And we finally got the gossip quest, but before we do that we go to the mines because we need to get the 3rd tier of the mines in order to get colorless, like in human form, and it's a lot of work to do there. But also we need to get stuff for the museum. That's why it's still an inferior level compared to where we actually got. We also need to get some perks for the skills that we have in mining and combat. They're not really that amazing this in tier 2 at least. I do not enjoy them that much. Probably that one where you can run really fast for about 5 seconds when you enter a level for the first time. Again, donating stuff and getting stuff for donating, because we already started completing them and it's amazing. We got a bed, we got the recipes for the bed, it's single and double, we can choose. Probably the double so I can fit with my cat. Yep, that's doable. I also love the rainy days. Yes, the pets won't collect stuff, but you do not need to water your crops and that's nice. I also like that when you do something in the city and you talk to a person, many of them will say something related to what you did. I mean, right here she talks about the shark that I gave to the museum. It's a nice touch. We also complete a quest here for March. I don't think you gain friendship if you complete quests for people, and I would like that to change. If I'm taking a quest and help them out, I would like the hearts to increase. But maybe that's my opinion. Again, at Beller's Wagon to search for stuff that I can donate to the museum. It's really clear what was donated and I love that about the game, and you can easily distinguish between what's donatable and whatnot. We also got a barn, so we can finally have cows and increase our ranching level, but what I hate is owning animals in this game. But before we get into that, we need to give a fruit to Errol and get some more renown points. And afterwards go to the beach, everybody's fancy. Like, I would do anything to have that swimming suit. It's amazing, it's so pretty, I need it. Also, throwing a sapphire at Beller. He didn't get the message, he has to take it, he didn't know that. But it's okay, we'll follow him and give him his sapphire. Also checking our percentage, and it looks great. Everything except fishing is above 30. Let's take a moment to appreciate that we can jump over things. And also I added the barn and added the stuff. We are still missing 6 wood, but that's not a big deal. It's easy to find if you have energy, not like me. If you press a skip summary, you get a preview of your farm, of your coop. Not so fast, but yeah, it's like a nice wallpaper. Now we're getting the missing wood and some rocks to clean up a little bit of the space for the animals. Also, we found a bug. We had it before, so no big deal. Probably we'll sell it. We also got some hardwood, but it's not really helpful right now. And we can finally build the barn, which we will call Barney S, because it's small. We immediately go to Hayden and adopt a cow. And we do not have money. Okay, adopt another chicken, that should be great. And it would be a male, and Poppy is just a female name, but Dr. Soma, it's perfect. But I'm not sure why it's adoption if we buy them, but it's okay. We go again for the big rock and get our sapphire. Donate stuff at the museum. And also get stuff from the museum. And we also have Beller telling us that he loves what we found and added in the museum. It's also one of his love gifts, so be careful at what the characters are saying, because it won't be put in the journal only when you give them the item. We also got in the mine, we are level 42. There is a high chance we won't be getting to level 45, but yeah, that's it. Even so, we still give it a try. We use our full restore in order to keep mining and get a bug. And somehow we got to level 44 at 12:30 a.m. Actually 12:50. We have just an hour before we die, but we're doing our best just to find the entrance. We do not care about the monsters or whatever we can find there. We need to find the next letter in order to get to level 45, because we are not getting home. And we found it! And we're here and we're just waiting to pass out. And as I got out, I realized that maybe I should have stopped by the museum and put all the stuff there instead of wasting my time. But it didn't matter, because in about few seconds, no, actually we are trying to build something because we have 0 minutes required to make ingots, and we can make 3 of silver with everything we gathered. Anyway, we have our skills up. There's nothing else we can make, so we just stay there and wait to pass. And we passed. And we woke up angry because we overslept, but it's okay. It's the only thing we lost. The only thing we lost is time. We still have our money, we still have our things. It's okay. We can handle it. I got used to Stardew Valley type of punishment where I'm afraid to go in the mines like the one in the desert, because if I die there, well, I would lose a lot of money, and I'm not happy with that. Here it's better. It's more relaxing. Anyway, we have to go to the beach and gather all the coconut because it's summer and there are a lot of trees there, especially because we built the bridge. There are a few trees there also, and we need them all in order to make recipes and increase our cooking skills. We need to get liked and love gifts, and that's a lot of hard work. We do not own a kitchen, but we can use the one from the inn. If you do not have this recipe, you have to sell 1 coconut in order to receive the recipe. And we got level 16 in cooking. And we meet Happy March again because he's a little tipsy. Thank God, Friday night at the inn exists. We say hello to Pip and Dr. Soma. Take the eggs, give them some food. Then we go to our crops, collect some tomatoes. One we'll give to the museum, while the other one we will sell for a recipe. We also go and get some perks for our cooking skills. This is the award-winning one, which gives us gifts in the form of food. And yeah, that's really useful, as I said before. I also remember we had the gossip quest and I finally did it, and now we can go to Elsie and ask stuff about the villagers. You have to press the Q and she will give us 3 options and we can select one of them. It could be a like gift or love gift. We are going for a like gift for one of our market people, and she likes feathers. And we finally got to level 30 in Tower Renown, which means we have 25 more levels, which is a lot. We also get a cow now, a brown one, and we're gonna call her Stormy, and another one called Shrimp. And after some more mining, we finally got to level 16 the mines, which means we have to unlock another seal in order to go further. In order to break the seal, we will need a sealing scroll from Balor and all the other stuff. We finally got our first likable meal that we can give to villagers. And also I still have those 2 red hearts because I didn't know what they were for. And I finally using them and my health is increasing. And now we have two quests from Balor. One is a heart event, while the other is a story quest for getting the scroll. The first one is the heart event, and what we do here is we can read his journal. So yeah, I'll let you decide what you should do when you get there. And for the second one, we get a list of items to get the scroll. There are a lot of gemstones, so yeah, stock them up. We also have this story quest for the inn. And also use this statue to gain a little bit of health while in the mine. It's just 10 stones and worth it. You may think that I got all the rubies by hard working and so on. No, I got them from Balor's wagon. Just use it, it's really useful rather than mining for days. Also, I love these levels where you just have to run around and pull the lever. We also make some silver ingots that we still need for the scroll. And finally we have all the items and we are ready to unlock the next level in the mines and also Caldrus. Unfortunately we still need to wait to get a scroll, but yeah, it's okay, we can handle it. And don't forget to actually talk with Balor to tell him you gathered the stuff, otherwise you won't get the scroll. Next day, Balor comes and gives us the scroll. And also he's warning us because apparently it's dangerous to have that. But do we listen? No, we don't. We go to the mines and put the scroll there and make our offering. The priestess appears again and she finds that we have that kind of a scroll and she's like, nope, it's a trap, girl, you have to run away. And what do? No, we do not run away, we are trapped by the sealing scroll. We started to lose our life little by little and slowly fading away. But we have an option. We can call out for help or do nothing, but we call out for help. And guess who comes to our aid? None other than Caldrus. He is still in his statue form and there's little to none he can do, in that form at least. But we can't move and we are kinda slowly dying and he's kind of the only one who knows we are there and trapped. So he makes a big gesture and transforms himself in a human being in order to come to our rescue. And I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what people have against the art that was made for him. I think it's beautiful, I think it fits his personality really well and gives him this fantasy vibe with the horns and elfish features. I mean, even the ears are elfish, so I really think that he has to have a little bit of a slender figure in order to match that vibe. I can't imagine Caldrus with a bulkier figure like the one Hayden has. I think this is how he was meant to look. I'm sorry if I offended anyone. This is just my opinion, you don't have to take it seriously. We also have this new spell which helps us get a lot of stuff by using it and unlock new rooms. In order to use it we have to go to the menu, pin the spell, and afterwards pressing C, and as you can see everything is removed, all the debris, and we can finally go and meet Caldrus in his home. The Deep Woods is a new addition in the March update and there are insects here that you can find. You can easily get hardwood if you need, and also some new stuff. But you also can collect the ones that are specific for the season you're in. This mushroom is only found in the deep woods. There's also this cemetery where you can read stuff from the ones that are at the bottom of the trees. Once you read them, you can go talk to the villagers and some will give you information about the people who are resting there, and it's kind of helpful for the story. I really like this part where you find out stuff that you did not relate until that moment. Anyway, in order to get to the castle you have to get rid of that stump, so have energy when you're coming into the deep woods. It regenerates every time, each day I think. Each day you have to again get rid of it in order to enter the castle. And you find a lot of foraging stuff here. And afterwards, if you just go in front, you will get to Caldres. This is the entrance, it's really pretty, I like the vibes that it's giving, and we have here on the map everything we need to know, and we enter the castle. Here we have a good scene where Caldres explains about his form and why he's in a weaker state. And we also find out that we can teleport back home by using 10 essences, so they are useful even after you completed all the things you have on the skill board. Anyway, we have to give everything we found to the museum, and it's quite a lot, and we will increase our percent that we have, and also get some stuff, which is nice. I also remember we have a quest to finish, and we have to make a lot of cheese, and we finally have quite a few of them. I'm not sure if we can actually finish it right now, but we will see. And nope, we can't because we are missing 2. Also, we have 6 hearts with Caldres because we finished the quest and so on, which means we can take him to the Shooting Star Festival. Anyway, we need to get to the right corner of the map in order to get the watering system. Once you get here, it's pretty simple. Press C in order to use the fire breathing spell, and don't do what I do because I was too far away from the door and I had to get closer in order to use it on the door. Once you enter the cave, there you have the mechanism, which is this little thingy that water crops with essences, that for now we can only get it from the mine. We also get the recipe for making those little thingies, but it's not doable until we finish all the story quests. So here is the watering statue. We have to put it somewhere to water our crops. Unfortunately, mine aren't put together so well. And we also have to add that little thingy, essence stone, in order to water our crops. I was cooking something and I saw the cat with the heart above her head, and I thought it was so cute, especially that she was sleeping. Anyway, I was running through the rain because I had the last block of cheese that we needed to finish this mission. Actually the last 2, and we just need to talk to somebody, give some money, and we are done with this quest. This was by far the most annoying one because I didn't have cows and they were asking for cheese. Yep, be prepared. Do not be like me, and also don't forget that Elsie gives you hints about love gifts. But anyway, we are talking with Adeline and finishing this quest. Apparently we have no money to give, which is great. And we get these 2 little hats, which are so cute. They are for the animals, the cheese block for the cows, and the egg hat for the chicken. We also close some quests that we have, so we get more renown. This one as well, and also this one for Valor. And I also had to catch this fish because it was big. And finally finish a fish set by giving this fish. This day was actually a fun day because I realized I can take my cat wherever I was going, which meant Lilo was going on a field trip with me. We took some quests together, donated stuff at the museum, actually just checked out the percentage so far. We mined some stuff for the museum, but it was just garbage. We also fished for a little bit while Lilo was taking a bath. We ran across town while holding Lilo Lion King style. We ran to Caldres to show him Lilo, but he didn't even bother to mention her. We also foraged for a bit, and Lilo is also a professional lifeguard, so I could jump in the water and bring stuff out. We also talked with more people, but nobody said anything about our little Lilo. Not even the gossip queen. Aelon flirted with us, but again nothing about the cat. And Lilo finally gave up on us because she had to work. I got easily distracted by the fact that I could not enter these rooms, but I was wondering if we will be able to enter them once we get 100% at something. Probably it will be our flora part, because that's 100% almost everywhere. We also got a new story quest that we finished rather quickly, and after some hard work, we are able to get more animals. Still no capybaras. We got a really strange message that resulted in Hayden giving us the next mission, which is finding this strange little thingy that you have on top of the house, and after a lot of searches, because I did not know where it was, I knew. We found it by the horse statue. That wasn't there before. Long story short, if you give the statue 100 essences, you will get a horse that you can ride around the town. It's much faster than walking, but still it doesn't jump across the river, so you have to get down, swim, and then get on the horse again. Still faster than walking. Also, kind reminder to put your animals back in the barn, because otherwise you won't get any produces from them. Anyway, finally Elsie came to us to tell us about the festival that is about to come, and we are getting a little thing that we have to give to the person that we want to go with, and we will give it to Caldress. Don't forget, you have to have at least 4 hearts with somebody in order to ask them to go with you to watch stars. Anyway, this is the little thingy that we have to give, and here's Caldress not knowing what awaits him. I really think they should have given him just 4 stars, because then you would try to find items that he likes rather than give him the maximum number of hearts, and you don't bother going to him anymore because of that. Anyway, we are inviting him to the festival, and he looks at the item and he's like, I've seen this stuff before, but I can't remember where. And finally he realizes we're asking him to go with us to the star shooting festival. Long story short, he says yes. I was really nervous that he would say no, because the whole story says that he can't leave the deep woods because he's too tired. And I was wondering if they added the animations needed in order for him to go to the festival. Fortunately, all is good and he's able to join us at the festival. Also, the town is really pretty now with all the stars, but I'll let you discover all the arrangements they made yourself. Meanwhile, we will work on another quest that we have, and we will see if we are able to finish this quest as well before summer ends. To join the festival, you have to go to the summit after 8 p.m. and you'll be able to start. Each villager has their own story, own thing that you talk about during the festival. What I noticed while we were with Caldress is that he puts a lot of accent on the fact that we are human and he's not, and I found that quite annoying. I have no idea why, but all in all it's nice, and I really hope you will enjoy this as well. If you can't decide with who you should go here, you can restart the day through the saves file and just go again in that day and go with anyone you have 4 hearts with. And I really like this because maybe you want to go with 2 villagers instead of 1, and you can try out to see which one is better. If you have a favorite, just leave a comment with their name. I'm really curious which one is your favorite. Anyway, I do not like spoiling surprises, so I'll let you discover what you and Caldress will talk during the festival. It's a really long cutscene. But if you really wanna see, just leave a comment and I'll put a separate video just with this cutscene and you can see everything that happens here. Anyway, this was the last day of summer and these are the percent that we have at the museum. It makes 49% of everything. Fishing is still low, but we are on the right track. We also finished one of our quests, which is taking Caldress or Balor to the Shooting Star Festival. We still have to do a lot of quests, the hardest being the one to get to 55 level, considering that we are level 37 renown. So we have to do a lot of work there. We still have to get capybaras, and god, that will be hard. And yeah. We still need to decorate our farm. And by decorating, I do not mean the whole farm, but a part of it, or just add something really pretty there. But yeah, we still have some time to do that. Fall begins with loving the animals and taking care of them, which is by far the most annoying thing that I find in Fields of Mistria. It's really annoying the fact that you can't automate loving them, giving them food, so getting to capybaras will be very hard because of that. We also get some fishing done because we only have 38% done of that, and we also start foraging. We donate everything that we have found at the museum, and we check Balor's wagon just to see if there's something of interest. We also make a stop at the shop and buy seeds that we will use to plant stuff, and help with the plants at the museum and also make some money out of it. We donate some more stuff to the museum and we prepare for the crops with the only sprinkler that we have available. I really don't see the point of giving us one and not being able to get another one until we get to level 55 renown, which is a lot away till there. One of the quests we're having is that we have to finish all the quests that they give us, or all the story quests, and getting to level 55 renown is part of the story quest. And I'm not sure we will be able to do that in a single year, so we'll see. Anyway, we found an apple tree and we're trying to get some more fishing done. We get some energy from the fountain and visit Keldra's because I kind of forgot he existed. Unless he gives us some food for coming by, which is nice. We also gathered the stuff for our next quest. We only need the money now, which is 6,000. We do not have 6,000 yet, but we'll make it eventually. We also use a spell in order to open this cave. And again, I'm too far away, but anyway, once we get inside, we will finally be able to use the auto petter. And I mean, that's what I was hoping for, but you can't use it except if you have a large barn. And we do not have one, so it's unusable and we can't do anything with it. I really don't understand why we get this automated stuff if we are not able to use it, meaning both the auto petter and the sprinklers. We can't make more sprinklers, and the auto petter without a large barn, it's unusable. And that's it. It's really not of use until later in the game. Anyway, we got level 40 renown, meaning that we're closer to 55. Still a long way, but we're closer. And because we sold a lot of our things, now we get a lot of recipes that we can use for increasing our cooking skills. We finally got the money in order to finish the restoration for the inn, meaning one quest in minus that we have to do. And we got only 20 renown for that. Moving on, we gather the wheat. We use a spell to grow more wheat. And we go to the mill where we will make some flour in order to make bread afterwards, which increase both skills for cooking and we have something to sell. We also got 6 likable breads, which we can give around town. It's a great way to get gifts without bothering to search what everyone likes. When you get to 45 level cooking, you can actually make even love gifts from cooking. We got a total of about 4,000 pesos from bread only, and that's great. When it comes to decoration, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, but I found these and I was like, I have to do a chessboard. I really wanted to do that. It will be for my hubby because he's into chess, so I'm going to make this. I found the recipes for this. It is a chess piece scroll bundle in Balor's Wagon for 700 pesos, which is okay. I still need a chessboard, but I'll figure something out. Fortunately, it didn't take me long. This seemed to be perfect for what I was going for. You need 1 pit in order to do 1 square, and we need 64 of them, which would be hard work in order to gather all the stuff. But yeah, it's worth it. We also had it for the mines, and I saw this one that everybody hates. I'm not sure why, because he's not that annoying, except this part, where he tries to shoot you after he got unalived. But anyway, moving on. We gather some gold and some materials that we find here. Anything we can donate to the museum is good for us. Increasing combat level would be great, but it's not a must. It's almost sleeping time and we won't get home, so we're heading for the museum this time instead of waiting to pass out and donate everything that we have found so far. The next biome in the mine is not available. We are not sure what we would need to go to the next levels, so I'm not bothering. I'll gather them once they announce the new update. Until then, that's that. We need to increase our percentage for the museum. We pass out and that's for that day. For the chess update, this is what we got so far. I misnumber and there are just 7 tiles instead of 8, but we'll fix that eventually. Anyway, we are putting more stuff in the museum bundles and we are renaming Boo to Mash. Please tell me you also see the similarities. Anyway, we got level 70 in the mines and got some new animals, some ducks, to keep company to Dr. Soma and Peep. I actually got a duck and a rabbit, because why not? We need all of them. And we got some stuff from Beller's wagon in order to give to the museum. We have 67%, which is great considering we still have winter. We give some presents to Beller because it's easy, and we have finally gathered 100 beads in order to give to the chicken statue and receive a prize, in this case golden cheese. We have a small update for our chessboard that is still 7 by whatever many rows we have. We turn in a quest and another one and one more, and we gossip for a little bit and we find out what Adeline's like gift is, which is a peach, and we turn in yet another quest, gathering a total of 94 renown points. These quests are quite important to do if you wanna level up in renown fast, and right now we are level 43 out of 55 where we need to get. Because we leveled up some skills in the mining section, now we can get this kind of mine levels where we have a chest and that's kind of it, and gold. They are the perfect kind of levels you want to be in. No monster, just loot. In one of the levels I even found this sword, which is much better than what I have. Worse than gold, but better than iron, or silver actually. Anyway, we got to level 80 in the mines and the priestess tells us that we can't go any further. So yeah, we need to wait for the next release in order to get further in the mines. From the chest we got some gold and the recipe to make lava floor. Not great, not terrible. We also go to the museum and donate everything that we have found on our way down into the mine. And realize we're at 68%. With Flora being our best chance to get away with our poor fishing skills. We also upgrade our stuff to gold, and probably we won't need the sword as we already have that one that we got from a chest, so we should prioritize the other ones. Long story short, we have a watering can and a fishing rod and also a sword because we had nothing else to make. We also bought the medium barn and coop in order to have more space for the animals. And what's nice is that you can move all the animals into the daycare that Hayden has, so you won't have to worry about them. And in case you wanna clean up really fast before putting your stuff, you can use a spell in order to do that. Dragon's Breath is really useful not only for opening doors but cleaning up all the debris that you have on your farm. And also in the mines as well. But it seems like a waste of mana just to use it for cleaning up a level. Anyway, after you remove the debris and put the other barn, you can take the old one and you will receive all the wood and stone that you put into it, and that's really nice. It's a nice feature because you won't use the old one and at least you can have your stuff back. Same for the coop, you remove it, get your stuff back, and then you can go put the wood and the stone in the new barn or coop. Once this is done, you can go back to Hayden, go to the daycare and move each animal one by one into the desired building. I also adopted some sheep, actually bought, not adopted. Got a dog, the game named him Felix, and also got a horse and her name is Daisy. Also looked into the skill set, but the one in ranching that I wanted is that all animals come with 2 hearts instead of 0, but that's not yet available. Not until level 30, unfortunately. There are also important skills, like some will give you items back if you craft them or cook them, or they can decrease the time you take to make an item. And some stuff will be like 0 minutes to do them, and it's great for the gameplay in order to not lose time and still be able to cook, to craft, to arrange your whole farm. Yeah, you really need to look into this to see what works best for you. I also got this quest for capybara bristles, and I'm like, yeah, I'm trying my best, please wait. As for an update for the chessboard, it's still a work in progress. There are still 7 tiles as columns, but yeah, I'm numbering them and I just realized that there are 7 and not 8, and I knew I had to redo them. But yeah, that should be fun, maybe. We are also checking Balor's wagon to see if he has speed, but he has some wool that we will use for quests, which is good enough. Always use Balor's wagon because it's so useful for a lot of stuff. We make some more bread in order to make more money and also increase our cooking skills. And by the end of the day we had 8,000 pesos, mostly from bread. By 28th of fall, the checkerboard is finally 8 by whatever many rows. We had about 70% done for the bundles. 2 of them already are at 75 or over, which is a great thing for fall. We still have winter ahead, so 75 is really doable. I think we will aim to get 100% in Flora, because why not? 75 might be a little too little, so at least let's have 100% at something. When it comes to renown, we are level 46 and getting 9 levels up to 55 seems like impossible. It's really hard right now because you need more and more renown in order to get to a higher level, but we'll try and we shall see. I thought ranching had to do something with getting capybaras, but apparently not. You have to finish a quest for Hayden and also reach the 1st of winter, so I have no idea why Juniper asked for capybara brisk, because there's no way to have it unless you buy it from Balor. But yeah, you have to accept the quest and wait for winter. So yay, we're gonna have capybaras and finish one more of our goals. This fall was by far the shortest season, but quite a lot was done, mostly because it was a lot of back and forth for mining, going to the museum, foraging. There wasn't so much excitement, but we got things done. First of winter begins by giving a treat to the cat and receiving 3 shiny beads. And also we received the most awaited message: capybaras are available. I didn't even wait 1 second and went to buy not 1 but 2. So now we have loaf and also kuro, which means black in Japanese. I'm not sure why capybaras are in the coop, but anyway, they're so cute. And I also fiddled the animal with this occasion. But oh my god, the capybaras are just perfect, small and cute. They will be bigger eventually, but still cute. We also pay a visit to the barn animals and gather everything we can on our way to the museum so we can increase our percentage for each bundle. It's a lot of hard work to get to 100% for the flora, but it's doable. We also get some gossip, some intel. And we want a love gift for Adeline, which is gazpacho soup, but the only thing that I've ever given her is tulip. We are also preparing the land for the crops that we will plant for winter, and we are using the only available sprinkler that we have. We catch a butterfly that tries to hide away from us, and we also plant a fruit tree, even though in my opinion fruit trees are really useless and are not worth the money, but they're pretty. Now we are trying to catch this big fish, and it turns out it's a giant tilapia. And as always, we are going again to the museum. It's pretty satisfying putting stuff there and donating it. I have no idea why, but I enjoy it. We are also giving some gifts to increase friendship because we want to get as many presents as possible for our birthday. Yeah, it's not a nice thing, but we are still going to do it. If you are searching for this rosehip, it's by the manor on the right side. I've been looking for them for a lot of time in my previous save, but now I know where I can find them. We got 67 renown points and only got to level 47. I'm not sure we are gonna manage to get to level 55, to be honest, but we'll see. I'm not losing hope yet. We are using the light bread to give presents around town. We also go for a little bit of fishing. Truth be told, it's quite boring now because we have no more quests to do since we finished all the main ones, and the only one remaining is the one for level 55, and I think there should be more quests there rather than just waiting to get to a certain level and just doing nothing. No, there are the mini quests, but they're quite boring comparing to the big ones that help out with the story. This is still an early access, so I really think there will be better quests. I mean, not better, but more quests, because I really love the story that they gave to the town and everything that's happening. I can't wait to see more of it. We're also trying to be better friends with Ayland and March because there's a chance we will have 4 hearts with them by our birthday. And also getting some quests done in order to increase our renown again. This will be our main theme, I think, for the whole season. Increasing the renown. Lila is working hard and has no time for us, so we have to go fishing instead of bothering her. We got to a 76% average done, but we still need to get to 100% for Flora. We also got a recipe for mushroom tea, but we already got a task to give somebody a mushroom tea, and I really don't like when we get something to do but we have no way of making it, but that's just me. We also got to Hayden's place to get some capybara hearts in order to make capybara babies, but I found out the hard way that they have to have 2 hearts in order to breed. At least 2 hearts. And they do not have 2 hearts. 1.5 at best. We also go to Doozy to give him a present because he's our favorite little pup. And we also give some presents to the villagers in order to increase our friendship and receive gifts when it's our birthday. We go to the museum and donate even more stuff, the crops that we got, and finally finished with the winter crops and got 98% on fauna, and we're missing just one, the tide caverns, but we'll get it eventually. On the 10th of winter, Adeline visits us and tells us about the festival for animals. Here we have about 0 chances of winning. So we go to Cry in the Mine, where we find the last item that we need for the fauna bundle. We gave the item to the museum, and afterwards we check to make sure Flora is 100%. So we're done with that. But what I want to check is if they would let us in a room if we manage to get 100%. Nope, it's still not the case. So probably we will be able to get in the rooms in the next updates. We also got on the right side of the map and gave 500 pesos to the fountain and receive a 510 food item that we can sell. You can go there once a day and it's worth it because the prices are always better than 500 pesos. I also found out that if you have level 30 at crafting, you can make peat available in the store, like there is a skill for that, and if I knew that from the start it would have been so much easier. So now we can go to the shop and just buy the peat we need in order to make all the squares for the checkerboard for chess. So the only thing remaining is making the pieces. So after a lot of work, the checkerboard is finally done, and the only thing remaining is making the small pieces that we have to fit there. The festival is actually on the 10th, and everything is really pretty, animal themed. We have also in the city center places where you can enter your animals, the big ones and the small ones. You can take pictures with the villagers and buy stuff from the stand. Here you can get the recipes for the golden cheesecake and also for the golden cookies. You can also get some aesthetics for the animals and some loved and liked gifts for the villagers. You just have to figure out if 400 or 600 pesos is worth it. Anyway, I'm taking a photo with Ayland and then running away to take also a photo with Hayden. It's really hard to position yourself, but eventually you'll manage it. We do not have a rare breed, but we have to go with the one that has the most hearts, so shrimp. And for the small animal category, we are going with sheep, which has 6 hearts. I talked with Josephine in hopes that I can start the contest, but apparently you have to be in front of her in order to be able to start the competition. Long story short, I was third while Hayden was first for both the small animal and big animal category. The prizes are so cute, especially the plushies, and I wonder what do you get for the first place if this is for the third one. Anyway, we are finally finishing up the chessboard that we were working on. So hubby, if you see this one is for you. And we finally finished with the decoration part of the goals that we had. If I have a little bit more time, I will decorate a little bit more and probably remove that bed that is over there. But I like the idea of just sleeping there and watching somebody else play chess. We finally were able to give the hearts to the capybaras and have a baby capybara. We interrupt March's sleep schedule in order to turn in a request, and somehow he's not snappy at us. And we got to town rank level 50, which means we're Sapphire now. Because of a skill for mining, now we can find these kinds of levels in the mine where you find items to give to the museum for the ritualist archaeology bundle, and this level is by far the creepiest there is. So today is our birthday and we got only 4 presents. The chickpea curry from Beller, roasty, we have the chocolate cake, and 4 iron ingots. I give them their gifts back, which is not nice, I know, but as you can see, Beller's is a like gift, roasty for Celine, it's a like gift. If we go to Ayland, that one is a love gift, where the last one for March, who gave us 4 gifts, not just one, that one is still a like gift for him. Anyway, we have a new capybara, her name is Koro, and she's small, white and fluffy. We also got the best mail yet, that we will have new quests that are worth 75 renown. We get 1 each week, and we still have a chance now to get to 55. So the first one is just selling crops, which is easy. We can do that. And fast. We got level 45 cooking, that means that we finally are able to make lovable cooking gifts, which look like this, with a gift and a pink ribbon. And we also donated more stuff to the museum because we want to increase the fishing level, and also we get renown points if we gather stuff. We turned in more requests, even crown ones. And we gather 152 renown points, and we got to level 54, a step away from level 55 by day 24, which means our last goal is still doable. Next day we gather 62 renown points, and finally we got level 55 and we will get the last quest that we have to do for the story. If only Adeline knew how excited I was actually for getting this mail and getting to the mine with 3 more days to spare. Anyway, the task was simple. We just had to gather 400 stone and 200 wood and get 5,000 pesos while we have 50,000 pesos. And by the end of the day, everything was done and we just had to gather and mine in the mine. As a result, we have now the refinery and a way to teleport back home. With this, we finished our goals. We have 75 average on the donated items. We got the capybaras. We took Caldress to the Shooting Star festivals. We got every quest done, every story quest done. And we also have some cute form of design on the farm, but probably we should be working a little on that because we have 3 more days to spare. Actually 2. We also got this mail from Adeline informing us that for now we do not have any story quests left due to the fact that it's an early access game, and we got some mana potion for that. And the last days that we had, I decorated, so I increased the size of the house. As you can see, I moved stuff around. It's still a work in progress. It's a lot that I can do there, especially adding a bathtub maybe, but nobody's rushing us and we can take our time. Here I made a special place for the crops, more space, a lot of more watering systems. We have here the chessboard, which is nicely decorated now. This place I dedicate to my hubby. It has a picnic there, and this place is for the cauldron statue. I still need to add some trees. I need 2 of them, but I didn't know which one I should add, and I need to wait probably for spring or summer. Anyway, this is the farm now. We still have some animals and we can add some more in the future once we have the big barn and we can automate the petting system. But I won't touch this save until we get the next major update. Even though we have over 75 average, that 74 for fishing upsets me, but we got 100% in flora. And if we go to insects, we have quite a lot of insects, but some I didn't even see. I'm not sure how you're supposed to catch them. Maybe you have to find them in a certain way. The archaeology is 75%. I have nothing to say about it. It's annoying. I have no idea where to find most of them, but they're 75%. The fishing, if I caught only 1 more fish in summer or spring, we would have been at 75%, and that upsets me a lot. I know it wasn't the main goal, but we were so close to having all of them at 75 or over. When it comes to friendship, we won't talk about friendships. I'm gonna be really sincere, and I did not care for them, except when it came to birthday gifts and bringing someone to the star shooting festival. When it came to animals, all of them except Lilo were really hard to take care of. I mean, Lilo just went on her way and brought us stuff, while the animals, we had to take care of them. I love the spells, they are really useful, full restore, growth and dragon breath. And I really like the skill sets that we have and the fact that we can add skills to those, like depending on our level that we got. We have 45 to 4 of them and 2 are on the way there, but we're not so good at fishing and probably will never be. I am a big fan of Stardew Valley and I wanted to find a game that was like Stardew Valley but isn't Stardew Valley, and this game really went over all my expectations. I loved it, and I know I said that I do not care for the friendship with the villagers. I actually don't care about increasing the hearts because I love the dialogue I have with them, but there's no reason to increase the hearts with them except for the star shooting festival and getting gifts. I also love the design of the game and the fact that you walk faster here. I used to play sometimes Stardew Valley after Fields of Mistria and I was like, why I am walking so slow and it's so annoying. I love Fields of Mistria for the fast pace and the fact that you have the option now to make the day longer or not. Things that bother me is the fact that there are no automation at the beginning of the game. I mean, we have no sprinklers early in the game, we can't have any auto petter or any auto feeder. Everything feels like a chore when there are so many of them, and I would like to have the ability to make a sprinkler in the beginning of the game and make my work a little less monotone. And also what I observe is that the idea of dates in the game are not like Stardew Valley type, which I'm used to. They're more like friendship meetups, and some are really nice, like for Balor you get a part of him that you wouldn't see otherwise. The fact that he's a good person, not only after the money, but when I went for March, all I saw was him being mean throughout all the heart events that were there. And I'm really curious what would happen once you get to 8 hearts with villagers and afterwards, but it's still an early access game and they're making changes on the go, and I think it's the best early access game I have ever played. It's really amazing and they put a lot of effort. It's worth the money, it's all I can say. Buy the game, play it, and you'll see for yourself. If you like the game and you want to hear more, click like and subscribe. Comment if you would like to see some parts of Field of Mistria or maybe just the updates for the March update. So yeah, see you around. Bye!